Good morning, friends. Stephanie from Silver Fox Homestead, sitting on my porch swing. You can see the bees behind me. They're going to be coming on Saturday, so we'll have new bees because they did not make the winter, unfortunately. But I did want to talk about this unusually cold spring that we're having. As you can see, I'm a little bundled up and it's almost 10 o'clock. It right now is 36 degrees Fahrenheit for people who aren't in the US. And you can see there's some grass starting to green up, but it really hasn't gotten over the 40-degree mark yet, which is usually April weather. So if you were going to plant this year and you feel that you're late, fear not, for you are not. It's the weather that's being unpredictable. So if you want to plant something and you're just itching to go, peas, potatoes, and some onions would not be amiss. I think that also it's a good time to talk about what we shouldn't be planting this year, because it's almost May and we haven't really got those warm temperatures yet. I would think that our season is going to be shorter, logically, and I would not this year try to plant okra. I love okra. I really only plant it every 3 to 4 years or so because of the weather patterns. It likes a hot, long, sometimes dry season. It does great down south, not so much up here. So I tend to buy pickled okra or frozen okra when I'm just really feeling it and I need my gumbo. But I would also caution maybe not to plant those long season eggplants. I'm actually even thinking about not planting eggplant at all this year. I do love eggplant. Last year it was just a bumper crop. We had so much eggplant, but I do plant the Asiatic varieties, which are long and narrow, not the traditional one like the Black Beauty. I find that in Minnesota that does not do very well, because if you're really lucky you'll get 2 per plant, which means that they're taking up more space for less food. And unless you just really have to have that shape of eggplant, I would not bother. I like the little finger and the ping tongue. And see, we've got quite a bit of wind coming up too. Those are my favorites. There's lots of other ones. There's ones that are darker purple. Those two have kind of the whitish pink at the top. Ooh. And then they kind of slowly turn darker pinkish to a really light purple. I don't really care about the color because it kind of disappears in cooking anyway. But that's something that I probably wouldn't do. I'm even looking at doing shorter season cabbages, just in case we, in addition to the later frosts that we're getting, get an early frost in the fall, because that would just be the clincher and we would not be able to plant as much. So my advice would be to start as quickly as you can. Right now, maybe doing a little bit of cleanup and looking around to see what's growing. Speaking of what's growing, let's go take a look in the garden. I do have multiple gardens. I have the one big one where I plant most of my vegetables, but I also have some other things kind of spread around the property that are coming up, and we are going to go out and look at those as well. So let's go into the main garden first. First thing we come to is this perennial walking onions. You can see that they are trying to grow a little bit. I did clear out a lot of the stuff that was here. This kind of gets just the stuff that grows, and I didn't want to clear out too much of it because it is still chilly. This is perennial, I believe, all the way into zone 3, maybe even 2. I'm not sure about 2. 3 and 4 does great. If you're in the area and you would like some of this, these bulbils that come off the top, this is one of my favorite things. You can eat these like pearl onions. They're a little bit of a pain to to peel, but best way to do it is to cut about here and then just use the side of the knife and kind of peel that off. If you don't care if you squish it, you can do it like garlic and just squish this whole thing, and then the peel comes right off usually. You can see this one here is starting to grow, so we'll stick that into the ground. And this is probably the most gardening I've done all month. Another thing that's right here in this bed that's also coming up is, can you guess what this is? Yeah, here's a big leaf, strawberries. Now they won't fruit for quite some time, but the leaves will start going, and you actually can eat the leaves. There's quite a good amount of vitamins in the strawberry leaves. They have been eating them for lots and lots of years. You can make a tea out of this as well and just put it into different teas. It does not have a strawberry flavor, but it's, I don't know, I like it, so I think it's pretty good. Also, I planted some tulips here, and they're coming up as well. Some other things over there that are doing okay. I've also got a lot of weeds coming in. And let's go look at these weeds. A lot of times, you can eat the weeds that you don't think about. I'm sure we all know what this one is. Dandelions, they're coming. I'll be picking those for spring greens pretty soon. And this one of my favorites, this is mullein. Toilet paper shortage. These are very soft. You can use this as toilet paper in the woods. It also has a lot of medicinal uses, but that's not the point of this video today. I was hoping that this parsley would come, but I did harvest some plants, and it's going to be a bit too chilly for that yet anyway. And I've been digging out over here, but we do have, that's going in the trash, do have this wild onion that I bought last year. This is a nodding onion, if you can see the tag. It is alum serenum. So it's more of a wild onion, and you can eat all varieties of onions, but that one I kind of want to let go for flowers and different things. Also, I have some angelica growing here, also medicinal use, but I actually really love the taste of it. This, I know it looks dead, but it is not. This is white horehound, and I wonder if any of it is growing yet. Let's see. No, it's like no parts grow. Well, I don't know if you can see that. Way down there, there's that tiny little green leaf right there, so it's coming. And this is really good for making teas. It's very bitter. Sometimes I just kind of sprinkle it, and this also could be horehound coming up, but it's very early to tell. Could just be weeds. Also, the ever-present mint is popping up. It will be all throughout here because I made a mistake when I put this down. I had mint here and I thought I got it all. I did not. And then when I built this bed, it's just all in here. So now I have mint everywhere, which is fine. As you can see, I really love onions. Here's another onion. This is a Welsh onion. I love these tags, by the way. I got these on Amazon, and I write on them with a paint marker. Just stick them in the ground. This is also a perennial onion. I haven't had tons of luck with it out in just the regular soil. This, because this is made of brick, stays warmer in the winter. So this really, unless you live in zone 5, you're probably not going to have a lot of luck with this. If you protect it, you could. I'm working on it. This is my protected bed for things that don't do great out there, although the horehound would probably be fine out there. So some things growing. And this is a medicinal herb that I grow. It's, oh boy, its name escapes me at the moment. It's not good. Such as an A, I remember that. Because I used these ton of tags. and it comes off. And I'm switching to the metal ones like the Welsh Onion. They work so much better. And these, it's like they don't even care. These have been coming up for almost a month. These are Alexanders. These, I believe, are yellow Alexanders. They've been eating these way into medieval times, and I bought 4 of them, not knowing if they would come back. And I have all 4 coming. So that's good. If you have ever planted dill, you know how dill, the seeds, see they are already, they're still attached, but these seeds are growing. And I usually just let them come because it's one less thing I have to do. Oh, and here's a sign that got damaged. Also, you can see there's some more small mullein here and some more dandelion. This looks different, but I did plant a dandelion as well. So we're gonna have dill here pretty soon. It's coming. We will just bury it and it'll have an easier time. And then we'll have dill. Also, I have 1 leek that came back. Now it is still a little early for garlic, but I do have some coming up. Now these are Armenian Garlics. They're looking great. I love this variety. It is spicy, peppery, and garlicky, and everything I believe a garlic should be. It keeps well, and I have a fairly easy time growing it. So I grow that one. I also have 1 little garlic bulb coming up there. This whole section here, from that tag to that tag, is also garlic, but I don't remember what kind. I think it was just what I had left. So they may be old, and maybe why that one is not coming up very well. But I have a few garlic coming in, and then this side of the bed will soon be potatoes. That's manure to spread. And some daffodils coming up over in the front yard. I planted a line of them here and a line of them here. They don't all come back because of gophers. We've also got rhubarb in here, but it stays colder than the other one that I showed you. So I'll show you that one. Also, I need to spread this out a little bit. And another chive plant. Actually 2. So that's it for the beds. Let's look at the asparagus. No asparagus coming up yet. Sometimes they take a little while. Asparagus usually doesn't come up until spring is here to stay. So I'm not surprised there aren't any yet. And this one, which needs to be moved. And we have the ever-present chives. If you live in the northern Midwest, you probably have some of these. And if you don't, you should get some. They always come up first. Great harbinger of spring. Tasty. And here we come to the area of soft fruits. You can see that this is a red currant. It is starting to bud out. So I've got that one, and that one. And these are gooseberries. And of course the blue flag is coming up nicely as well. A little bit of cleanup here so you can see it. It grows in a ring, which is why it's called blue flag. This actually used to be used to mark property barriers in areas that it would grow. My grandpa used it, so he had a square of it growing in one area and a square in another. So they look similar to iris. They're in the same family, but it grows in a different pattern. So it'll grow in this ring, and then each one will start to grow its own ring. So these very soon will need to be separated. Also, I have a daylily that I planted there. It's coming up as well. Nothing from the oregano yet. Well, no. There is a little bit of oregano coming up there in a patch. These keep their green so they look like they're coming back. Another tulip bulb coming up over here. And actually, I'm not sure that's a tulip, but those are. I know I planted a bunch of tulips here. Jacob's ladder is coming up. I have 2 in one color. I'd like to get some more of those. Haven't yet. And also, this is one of my favorite plants. This is Lady's Mantle. It's coming up. That one doesn't look so hot, but it will come up. And there's another one over there. I separated 2 plants and I have this many. So, coming along. Nothing else happening in here except for another sedum. I choose to leave these for winter interest. If you like. Hope you enjoyed the very abbreviated walk around my garden. Things will come into bloom a little bit better, and then maybe we'll do like a tour of each garden, and that would be interesting to me, at least. I would love to see tours of all of your gardens. Have a great day, friends.